What's up guys, this is Sean Tan, and just to share with you guys, right, especially for agents, so this was a talk that I did with my good friend Peter, and a sharing session about personal branding and how do real estate agents, right, need to do before they move forward, especially in this period when everyone is at home. What can they do? And just to share with you guys. Okay, so today we'll talk about personal branding. So this is me. I'm an architecture graduate actually, so that's why you can see me walking around buildings, right, identifying problems with the building. Then I have a master's in real estate from Unfortunately, I cannot take the VE license lah. The board don't approve. Anyway, then I was the best performing rookie in agency last time. I was an agent 10 to 12 years ago. Believe it or not, 10 years ago. That time iProperty was almost free, and I transact properties within a day one, because everybody still doubt that we can sell properties online that time. So I was in Sunway Properties for 5 to 6 years time. Something that I'm very proud of is also I visited and documented 100 different projects across Malaysia, and you guys can actually find me in multiple places, so you guys can go either Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. And this is my web, the main reason why Peter wants me to talk about lah. So this is my YouTube channel. It has only been 2 years. Like the day we met, I think Peter hear me present for the first time is when I decided to start, right, this journey. Because the time when I was telling the entire agent team that I have this theory and you guys should do it, but everyone say it's very easy for me to just say. So I actually put it to action, and I'm here today lah. Imagine this, like now you have a bungalow which is below market value in PJ. Conventionally, what you guys do in terms of marketing? You will call the world, you will call your friends, your auntie, uncle, neighbor, ex-colleague, prospect, whatsoever, got who can call lah, until the phone people don't want to pick up. Then this was for those old school flers. I think we know what is this. That's why you can see a lot of companies that is a AAA one, AAA, because they will try to hack the yellow pages, right? Then newspaper, because I cannot see everyone's faces, but I still look back, right? Those days we have a limit on how many alphabets we can put on this one. So I will buy 3 slots for 4 days. How much is it? Then we follow on by billboard, and this is only mostly done by developers. Then we have property portals, which is the only thing, now the only thing that all property agents are doing that you guys call marketing, which I'm very worried actually. Then we reach social media. Okay, social media, I think everybody knows what is it already. Don't need to really go into it. But the real conversation is this: what are you guys doing in marketing today besides property portal? And do you allocate like a budget for marketing every month? Like for every deal you close, how much is allocated for marketing? Because like iProperty, Property Guru, and Prop Social, I will increase my price by 5 times immediately. The reason is this: because a lot of their problems revolves around fake listings. Fake listings then is unfiltered listings, so there's a lot of chap one. Then if I increase the entry level, then only property agents who are horse already, who is doing very well already, can advertise. Then it makes the whole listing page more genuine. But a lot of people actually don't like this phrase lah. But my suggestion to you is this: so what if really iProperty increased the price by 5 times? What are your plans in terms of marketing? And how are things going to be different tomorrow? Like you all say next month will be better, without improving or taking any action. That's the food for thoughts first. Just think about it first, as we will come back later. So these are the 5 mistakes, right, when a lot of newbies will make in terms of personal branding. Like I've conducted this exact same talk in that 2 years. And the first mistake is this lah. The difference between branding and sales. Everyone is just very, very addicted to sales, especially for those who do projects, right? I spend 500 on this ad, I get 20 calls, I get 1 appointment, and I didn't close anything. So what is the success percentage? How do I fix on the funnel and things like that, right? So it's very good lah. So that's the digital marketing side of things, which I also agree on. So that's the mathematical part of it. But what a lot of people don't do is branding, because they don't see the value at all. My proposal is this: for those who are going to be in this industry for the 5 to 10 years period, right, I would suggest you must do branding, right? If you are only here for that 6 months, so after you earn your 100,000, then you want to retire, right, or do something else, then don't need lah, right? Because it's not easy. So back to sales, it's just very transactional. Everyone can do. When everyone can do, right, then it makes you very easily replaced. That's why you can see project staff's turnover is almost immediately when every month new people come in. Because you don't need skills, you are just part of a system. A little bit about branding. A lot of people don't know what is branding. This is what they call marketing. The guy telling the girl, I'm a great lover. That's marketing. So if I do that via a phone, it's called telemarketing. I'm telling you I'm a great lover via the phone. Trust me, he's a great lover. This is public relations. Okay? A lot of people start telling other people about you being a great lover. So if I keep doing I'm a great lover, I'm a great lover, I'm a great lover, I'm a great lover, that's actually advertising, which a lot of Facebook people are doing. They will just spend money, keep spamming me with the same message, I'm a great lover. So if I present you in the image, it's a graphic design. I understand you're a great lover. This is what I call branding. So it's not what you say that is branding, it's what people tell other people that is branding. This also explains why people just want to wear certain brands. Any one of us can just go to China today and get this shoe for less than 20 ringgit easily. But why people still want to pay 2,000, 1,008? I think this one is because it's the hype beast one. If you see, right, it's not only a shoe. It's the pride, it's the belief, it's the trend, it's the status, it's fashion, it's identity. Again, they are the same thing. So what is truly valuable, right, is this logo on a $20 shoe that makes all the difference. So what is that is attached to you that makes you very different? Something to ponder upon. So what we want to become is also key opinion leaders, not influencers. Influencers now, like a lot of youngsters now, if you ask them to fill in their form, what you want to become when you grow up, right, is influencers. Because they get to show they got nice car, big house, wear sunglasses, all this kind of thing. Everybody is doing it, you just need a good camera. But when the society starts to grow, like everybody starts to be numb about this kind of bragging already, they will fall back to branding. And what's the main difference in terms of writing? Just writing alone. I can write simply things like this. Maybe in the post, right, I will put myself under the rain, I go work. By investing your time for yourself, trying to provide the best value for your customers in getting them the best investment deals. These are just the byproducts besides the satisfaction when they found the deal of their life. So you're just telling the world that it's more than just money to you. It's a satisfaction when you help people find their home, instead of flashing your nice car, nice house and things like that. So if for team leaders, especially team leaders, right, if you are constantly put up your sports car, your big house and all, right, you will constantly attract people who are into that kind of lifestyle. Not wrong, they are just a bit more influenced by money and value, but this can easily be attracted by a separate commission scheme. But then if you want people to follow you for you, you need to tell your team your belief. What makes you awake every night? What is your main concerns and stuff like that. Okay, so that's the difference between a key opinion leader versus an influencer. Number 3, a lot of people say after they attend this, right, wow, Sean, I know already, I post a lot already. But then a lot of people will just do one video and they post once and then they tell the whole world to like their channel. The auntie, uncle, brother, sister, neighbor, I barely know him also, he sent me a request, asked me to like his channel. But when I go to his channel, there's nothing for me. There's no value at all. Then after that, they will come back, they were angry, right? They come back, hey, why Sean, you tell me you do, why no view, why no sales, why no result? It's a total waste of time. You bullshit me. Unfortunately, I post easily around 300 videos to get to where am I today. So if you still think that if you have one video that can make you famous, right, think again. Then this is my idol, Gary V. I follow him a lot since like 8 years ago. So even he already shared how to make 64 pieces of content a day. The main question is this: why should people watch your stuff? That's the key message. Why should people watch your stuff? Okay, another mistake is this. Same content post everywhere. This is the next level already, meaning like if you're already starting to do videos, you are starting to do articles, which I see a lot of you guys are doing already, but you cannot seem to grow, right? Why certain platforms that I want them to grow cannot grow? It's because the behavior of audience in different platforms are different. When you log into YouTube today, how do you look for videos to watch? You will actually key in what you want to see at the search button, right? Then YouTube will suggest. But on Facebook, when you scroll, things comes to you passively, and your mood when you are on Instagram and LinkedIn are also different. And this is something that I think a lot of agents are not doing at all, which is podcast. It's such an easy thing to do. Seriously, it's so easy to do. I can just record whatever I'm saying, and I just put it up on Spotify or whatever, or Anchor, a lot of things. Surprisingly, to my findings, right, I'm getting a lot of Singaporean audience. So again, TikTok is a very different animal. Another mistake that a lot of people will do right after this talk is they keep thinking that they must only do video. This is something very wrong to me, because it really depends on how good are you at video, because everybody has their strength. Some of you who can write, right, I would strongly encourage you to write, because a lot of people still read. Or some of you can take really good photographs, but ultimately, you're an agent. You're not a professional editor. But most of the people, they will use like 6 months to just come up with one video just because the picture is not nice enough, the angle is not good enough, the lighting I think can improve, the audio can improve. But to me, I would suggest to improve on the next video instead of this one, because ultimately you're a sales agent, you're not an editor. Do not compare yourself to professional photographers or editors. So why YouTube? Because I believe that Google will know that you are hungry for sushi before you do. Based on whatever based on whatever that you look before online, Google's AI has already know whether you need the sushi or not. For those who don't want to do YouTube, because YouTube is a rather long journey to begin with actually. Like 2 years to actually come to here, right? I think it's pretty slow for a lot of people who is listening. If you want to do differently, you can actually spend money on Facebook, on Instagram. Because I'm doing this also because I don't have a crazy budget. Because 3 days ad on YouTube is around like few 100,000. If you got money, you can. So ultimately, right, what I'm trying to say is that where are your audience? It's all about their attention. And how do you grab your audience attention first? So digital marketing is divided into two things only, ultimately. Content and distribution. Content is the way you storytell, your creativity, your visual and format. What stories are you trying to tell the world? You are good at certain areas, or you have a lot of money, you drive a lot of BMs, whatever you want the world to believe, you can storytell. Then only you will distribute. So in distribution, right, you have the different platforms which I listed just now. Different platforms will have different audience behavior. It also means that in Facebook, people, they behave differently. On LinkedIn, people behave differently. Then how do you optimize your storytelling against that kind of platform? And then what's the full experience and the ROI, cost per click, and etc. for those mathematical fans, right? Back to content, which I think is very easy, because you just need to be good at storytelling, you will be famous. Just because I always have the value in mind. What will my audience get? That's about it. I do not put something right just to feel good. So let's rethink about how do we redo. I divided this into why and how. Okay, why you must do branding today. Number one is because it's free. Like YouTube actually lets you post videos for free. Facebook lets you post video for free, meaning you get to put things to make you famous for free. Why are you not doing it? In China, their YouTube is called Youku. Youku actually charge people money to upload their videos, and people still upload. If we do good in YouTube, right, YouTube still pays me money. So another reason is the difference between you and the new agent. For those who have been in this line for more than 4 to 5 years, right, what is the main difference, right, between you and the new agent? Like, you have been in the area selling the same property of the same area for around 5 to 8 years already. Then suddenly a new kid comes in, but it has no difference in the eye of the customer. When the customer walks into the sales gallery, right? When I see A and B, I will not know who is the old bird and who is the new bird. Just like how we are shopping for cars already. For those guys out there, right? How we are buying cars now is we do all the research. I mean, everything up to the commission that the salesperson is going to get. Then the only question, and when I go to the showroom, right? Yeah, I think it's called a showroom. When you go to the showroom, right? I will just go and ask whether do you still have stock or not. That's about it. So I guess the pattern will also move towards this direction in the future lah. I mean, for property buying. Okay, and that's why it's very very important, right? But people want to know you before engaging you, especially when it comes to property. Unfortunately, not everyone has the experience of buying and selling a lot of properties lah. I think in a lifetime maybe you got 2 or 3, that's about it. But that is your strongest point as a property agent, because you easily can see more than 10 to 20 different transactions a year, and that makes you an expert, right? But the thing is this: if you don't put online, right, people don't know that you actually exist. Okay, so in other words, this kind of branding that a lot of people would think like very cheesy, like, yeah, why you keep saying yourself like very geng lah and things like that, right? In other words, it's called reputation. Back in the days when you ask people, right, how to find estate agents, they will ask their neighbors. Then they will ask, hey, here auntie, I want to sell my house, you know anybody ah? Oh, you know the second street third street there was this guy that actually quite handsome one. He's helped sell the auntie Tan punya house. He helped sell the uncle Ko punya house. Yeah, he's very good one, not bad one. Then we move on to how. Okay, how do we actually start transforming ourselves, right? Number one is to actually post more, a lot more. Like Gary Vee said, like 64 contents a day. I think easily to be mentioning, right? My 1 week punya content is more than any person's 1 year punya content, and I'm not actually very proud of it yet, because I still want to go more, just like what I write here. If you are not doing so, right, your business do not exist one. Like, it's not about how much you know or what's your knowledge level. I think that's important too, but if you don't put it out, right, people don't know that you know, also no point. Okay, next question is, what do you post about? You post images, you post articles, you post audio and video, right? But where do you post? It depends where your audience is. Like, if you are selling Damansara Heights luxury bungalows, I would actually suggest newspaper, most probably. I think newspaper, it's a good way for audience of that level, because they still read magazines and newspaper anyways. Post about what? It depends what kind of audience you are actually targeting. If you are selling factories, the thing you will post is actually different from a person that is looking for a house, right? So if you're looking for a house, you post about the traffic condition, you post about where's the nearest school, where's the pasar malam, and etc. If it's a shop house, right, you will post like how's the traffic condition during working hours, then what's the footfall like, what's the main highway, if I want to go to the port, where's the nearest port, where's the nearest access to the airport, and etc. When do I post? Just now we mentioned whether is it early or evening, right? I would say that during awake times, but now the entire behavior of social media, humans are just too attached to our phone already. Like, you can almost see people 24 hours on Instagram one. And how do you do the post? I will just recommend GOOGLE. You can learn almost everything via Google, and it's very very useful. So we are in this generation where we no longer have the excuse to say we don't know, right? So unfortunately, that's very unfortunate lah, because I think it's very very important to know that fact first. So I guess that's all for the presentation, right? I will strongly encourage everybody to start taking action, and let's take some questions from the floor. So my take is to be putting out your knowledge. Then a lot of people will be very fearful about putting out things actually, because I worry that other agents will judge me. I worry other valuers will judge me. So to me, why you care? When you got no money, it's not like they give you sales also. A lot of people last time also would come and tell me, I want to slim down first before I go on YouTube. I want to look, I have better skin first, then I go laser already, then only I go YouTube. Or I change my hairstyle first, only I put my pictures. The thing is this, nobody care one. Like when you look into my videos, right? Yeah, like this guy, the camera feng lei feng hui lah, like opening lah. But then like you still watch mah, because you are in to see the building, not me, right? So I guess that's the part where a lot of people are very fearful of putting things out. A lot of people worry what people will say. So that also slows down the entire production process. Why one video, right, must edit more than 12 times one? Can you put the font bigger, put the font smaller, change music, can this one put in front, the one put at the back, can Actually people don't care one. All my videos, one edit only. All one edit only. So I would really encourage, right, for those like no topic one, right, to actually put yourself in the shoes of the audience. If I come to, I think I see some familiar names, like I think the Z's one. Yeah, I think I did the Z's with them. I did the Bangsa South one with them. I did the PJ Midtown with them. So if you're selling PJ Midtown, right, what is it about PJ that a lot of people don't know? The Mrs. Jones Parlor, maybe. The Thai food joints, maybe. And things like that, right? So things that you would want people to know. So like PJ is like a cultural, it's like a very cultural rich area, but now with a modern touch. Why I say that? Then I'll explain. Right? So you can see like how I can just sit here for like 5 minutes, right? I can tell you about easily 10-20 topics really. Then there's a question, how much I allocate for branding? Up to you. Actually up to you. See how much you want to keep lor, and it also depends on your sales lah, unfortunately. Like every month I'm closing 20,000, then how much are you willing to put into your brand? Because this is a very personal thing. I'm barely surviving and you want me to take out money to put on Facebook, I cannot judge you like that But for me, I'm very horse already. I'll just allocate a better. So the thing is this, a lot of like this is what I suggested Peter also when he started his journey. Crowdfund no? 10 agents, 20 agents share one editor lah. Can one ma? You all not like you all of you got like so many videos to do also, right? So those kind of thing can collaborate, or maybe 10 agents run one channel instead of everyone run one channel, right? So there's a lot of ways to do this in terms of collaboration lah. So when you collaborate, the marketing cost will also drop. What kind of apps I use for video? I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro right now. But the first question will then be need to pay. Of course, I'm paying like 200 plus a month. But how do I make it worthwhile is I export 10 to 20 videos a month. Then my money is worth it. But a lot of times is this, we want to save on a lot of things, right? But then we want to go through all the free apps lah, free this, free that lah. I would suggest $200. Not a lot of money lah, but also not little, again based on individual, right? But if you're getting serious, right, even if you pay, the thing is this, a lot of people thought that the technical part of it is to take the video. Actually taking the video is the easy part, post-producing the video is the tough part. So like how to edit and things like that, I think that one, the learning curve is slightly a bit more steep if you are not a graphic trained person lah. But I think now Google, YouTube, I learned everything from YouTube though. What's your response rate per video? Because I'm not selling, for those who we have collaborated before, right, I have no interest in commission sharing scheme whatsoever one. You sell or not, right, I don't care one. I hope you sell, but the thing is, do I depend on it? I don't. That's why I still need to have a full-time job at the Makeover Guys just to support this actually. How many hours per week? Very good question though, Yuki. I almost every hour. So on a normal day, not the lockdown days, so I wake up at 5 and I sleep at 12, 1. Yeah, I work very hard lah. Does YouTube pay me? Yes. After 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, then YouTube will start paying you. And every 1,000 view, on average, YouTube will pay you $2. Not a lot lah. But I'm not depending on it lah, so I don't care also. So that's also the benefit. Because I'm working, right, I get to do videos that I think provides value to the audience instead of videos that might get a lot of views. Because if you constantly do things that just for the view, right, you will actually be a bit weird already in terms of your angle. You want to do things because you want to be popular. But I'm doing videos, right, to answer one person's question. If you look into the Asking Sean segment, right, on YouTube, I'm spending so much time to answer one person's question. Is there a preferred timing for posting? Yes and no. If you have like 20 videos produced every week, then that video makes sense. Makes sense lah. Like if you post on 3 a.m. versus 3 p.m, of course the 3 p.m. one will work better lah. So just based on logic lor. 3 hours per week means all content you prepare early before you video it. Not really though. Like again, for those who have worked with me before, I know nothing before I go to the property one. So the agent will bring me around, then I will just shoot whatever, then finish already, I will go back and I spend a day in editing, then the video is out. So the thing is this, the first video took me, I think easily 2 days just to do one video because the learning curve is steep. So it takes 2 days, then maybe the next one is 1 day, then 6 hours, then 4 hours. Knowing what you know now, what would you do differently? Weirdly enough, I would do the same, but I will do it faster. Because like just response to G Parker's question, right, I was crippled by people's comment also. Like when I have 300 likes, right, on the video, but I got 2 dislike, I actually judge myself, why got people don't like one? And why would people spend time to dislike the video leh? Very weird or no? But you actually forget on why the people who actually like your video. So then you will argue with yourself lah, this and that lah. Then people will say that my face is too big lah, I cannot fit into the frame lah. So that was the first 3 videos, right? All the people say, Sean, I really like your video, but I cannot see shit. I cannot see anything because your face is just too big. Then sometimes people will say that, Sean, can you change your shirt when you explain or not? Because I see all sweaty, you're so sweaty, I cannot listen to you. So if I were to know what I know, right, so I will actually don't care. I will learn how to ignore all this way earlier, and that allows me to do things way faster also. And if you really want to see effects, right, you really got to do a lot. I mean a lot. From Yuki, doing video for Q&A, add value for audience. Yes, what is in your mind first? This is different in accordance to people, but I will share with you my creation process. So like every day I will write an article. Article is my worst lah. Article seriously is my worst. And if you log into my Instagram, right, every picture below there will be a paragraph that I write. That paragraph, right, I use 3 hours, maybe 2 hours sometimes to just write one stupid paragraph that people don't care. But I discipline myself per day. Every day must write something. If not, I will not live, I will not eat whatsoever. So when you have nothing to write already, right, then only you will know how to dig inspiration. You will read someone else then you try to. So it's all about consistency and discipline actually. A lot of people will easily say, today no mood though. If you depend on mood, right, no need to work already. So if you really do, like let's say I do 1 video a day and I do for a whole year, right, I will just need one content. I will just need 1 video to be viral, right? I famous already. So this is what happened actually lah. So like until video 28 ke 32 lah, then people start noticing me. They start sharing around. So when people share around, right, and they go to your YouTube channel, right, they will see, wow, you got a lot more other things to watch on, right? Then instantly they become your audience and fans. But if you only have that 1 video, that one video, you get famous for that 1 video. So is it more effective to deliver in writing, article or video? I would say whatever that suits you. If you have the flair, if you have the personality for video, right, then I would suggest you do video. But if you don't have the editing support, if you want to do image also can, you want to do writing also can, but ultimately I would say writing is the easiest lah. But writing skills is way more desirable in the marketing world lah. Like we are looking for a lot of good copywriters and good copywriters get paid more in comparison to good video editors. A lot of people don't know that, because a good speech, right, a good article, if you look into websites, right, it's still primarily article. So people still read one. And when you do up good writings, Google picks it up better. When you do SEO ke SEM, right, when people search for Kota Kemuning, your articles can come out first because they can read mah. But if I do in video form, right, there's nothing that the Google can search on. So it's better in terms of SEO and SEM. Pain buyer and seller will face. Number one is I'm very concerned about estate agents actually. Like 1 month 0 viewings. 0 leh. Wow, if you all don't have savings, wow, jialat already. But also it means very bad for business as well. A lot of tenants are like, for those who focus on commercial one, also will face some difficulties. But I see still a lot of it's just the market shifting lah. Like a lot of people would then want to maybe fire sale. A lot of fire sale will happen. Then when fire sale happen, then it's really about distribution really. It's about how fast people know that you are selling. Especially for commercial lots lah. It's all about you cannot put banner. When you put banner, people should take it one. Yeah, so what is your brand or your reach in terms of your brand? How and when you start to do video? I am a estate agent 11 years ago, but I don't do videos until I was in the same agency with Peter. I gave all this talk, the exact same talk, and I tell them what to do, but they all doubt because you got no result to show me also. So I start lor. So I guess that's all for the lecture. So do leave questions down below if you guys need any clarification on anything, right? And I hope that was useful. I guess for different business that is not real estate, right, maybe some of the pointers you can also use. And I think that's all for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you really like this video, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Something special this round. Ciao.